Hey, BecomingMe.TV. Right now we're in a series called Questions Everyone is Asking, but no one wants to answer. Today, we're diving into the question, how can I overcome my addiction? Grab your cup of coffee and join me and my friend Olivia as she unpacks this question with us today.
Surrender. Every day. It's a personal choice. Surrender. That's how you overcome an addiction. To begin with, I think we need to just get real. We stereotype the word addiction. We think of it as these big things of drugs or alcohol or porn, when in reality, an addiction is an unhealthy habit with anything, whether it's shopping to feel better, even though you might not have the money to be spending at the store, or it's eating an unhealthy snack just because you've had a bad day and you want to cope and feel better. And it's this habit of masking your feelings or your emotions and replacing it with something else instead of handling the problem. I think addiction starts small. I think sometimes we don't even realize it's becoming an addiction. It's that one-time moment of eating that piece of chocolate cake or going to the store and buying that one item, or not talking to a friend and doing something else instead, or binge watching Netflix instead of reading the Bible and getting into God's Word. It's just that one small action that you take, and your brain starts telling you, it's okay, that made you feel good, just that one time, it's not gonna hurt you, and you start masking all those emotions and feelings you were having and replacing them with these unhealthy habits. That is an addiction, and they become more harm than good. And now, I'm not telling you this so that you feel any judgment or any guilt. I come from a place where I've been there, and I've had small addictions. Like, I've been the chocolate cake girl, and I've been going to the TJ Maxx and spending too much money before to feel better. But I've also experienced kind of that big stereotype that we put on addictions of being addicted to painkillers. Painkillers was my addiction that I struggled with for about 8 years. And it was my coping mechanism. I originally started taking them because I was prescribed them by a doctor for a chronic pain disease. And I started realizing that this could help me cope with depression and anxiety and just having a bad day. It could make me feel numb, and I wouldn't have to face any of the world's problems for that day. I could kind of just live in a bubble and live in a cloud and not have to experience anything. And I struggled with this for years, and finally it came to a breaking point. I had a night in 2011 where I overdosed, and it was a reality moment for me and my family where I needed to get help. I needed to get my life back on track. This isn't what I was made for. This isn't how I was supposed to be living. This isn't how God designed my life to be. But I had become so addicted to these pills to find my healing and my hope instead of God that I was completely on the wrong track. So in August 2011, I went into rehab, and it was the first night there. I was laying on a very cold, uncomfy cot that I was assigned to, and it was that breaking moment for me where I realized my addiction had become too much. I was laying on that bed and scared to death. My marriage was kind of in shambles, and I didn't have a job at the time, and my family was praying if I was even gonna stay alive for the next couple weeks. And I had the moment where I just screamed out to God, and I said, God, I surrender to you. And it was that moment where I realized in all my weakness that I was not strong enough, that I needed God, that His plan for my life was so much better than mine. I obviously was on the wrong track and I wasn't doing it very well, and I needed God to just come in and radically consume my life and change it. And He answered that call. In this past August 2016, I celebrated 5 years clean, and that's all from the power of God. And that's all because every morning I woke up and I surrendered over my addiction to Him. And whether you're dealing with something big or something small, I think that same concept is really important. Waking up every single morning and surrendering before you even start your day, before your feet even hit the floor, saying, God, I surrender it all to you, whatever may happen today, whatever emotions I may have. And instead of, binge watching Netflix or eating something I shouldn't or going shopping or gossiping about something, God, I'm going to bring it all to you. And you are going to be my healer and my hope and my comforter. And so that's just my recommendation to you for overcoming an addiction. It's not easy. It's something you really have to commit to, that surrendering every day, but there's such power in surrendering over to the one who gives you life.